Let's talk about filtering distractions with Demi color correctors. Demi is all about using color science to just cancel out a distraction, the color from a distraction that's on your face without leaving a trace of product behind. It's truly magical when it's done right, and it is absolutely perfect if you are a no makeup girl, but you've got dark circles. Mine aren't too bad today, but there's still some darkness there. Or if you have like an annoying age spot that's shown up over the last few years and you just kind of want to hide one or two of them to make them go away. If you've got some sun damage like I do and there's just like a splotch that annoys you and you want to make that go away, or a red nose, whatever the thing is that when you look in the mirror you think, if only that thing wasn't there, I would be perfectly happy going makeup free. Demi is ideal for that. It's also amazing if you're a makeup girl, but you're tired of the layers of product that you need to make something go away. Demi might be the magic sauce that you need to just up your makeup to the next level and just really, truly make things go away without piling on huge amounts of product. So what I use is these colors, not even all of these are just fun colors that I like to use as lip tints, but these are the ones that are right for most faces. Most people will not need more than these 8 colors here. Of course, there's always some outliers. There's always something that's just a little bit different for somebody. And what I do is I take this little itty bitty brush, you could even use a smaller one, and I'm using the tiniest. I'm barely touching this amount of product. So right here, that's the product that I'm going to use. I'm going to take this, I'm going to put it in here where I have some darkness. Now I'll explain to you what it is I'm seeing and how I'm choosing the color. So when I look at that inner corner of my eye, like over here, anywhere that I see something that is like dark, just plain dark, that means it's blue. Now that might seem a little bit weird because sometimes it looks like it's purple, or sometimes it looks like it's green, but it is blue. If it is just plain dark and it's not obviously something other than blue, it's blue. So you're gonna cancel that with orange. So here I have 2 different levels of orange. I have 03 and I have 01. So if it's super dark, I go with 03. And if it's that same color, but not as dark, I can go with 01. So sticking with my 03, so I did that inner corner right there, and now I'm gonna do this dot here. See that spot? Just right there where there's that darkness. You see how that's gone now? And if you look up closely, you can't see excess product where I put it down, but you can see that that darkness is quite diminished compared to the other side where it's still definitely there. Now here, this area right here, see how that's like more pink? Now pink isn't actually pink. So when we look at our face and we see redness or pink, we think that it's red and we want to cancel it with green because that's what's opposite of that on the color wheel. But if you do that, you're going to turn yourself gray. You're gonna look pasty and sick and it's not gonna be good. So when you look at this, if it looks pink, that is actually purple. So you need something with some yellow in it for that. So it is still darker than the skin around it. So it's still kind of needs an orange, but it needs a yellow. So I'm going into this. This is Y01. So it's a yellow orange. So it's mostly orange with some yellow in it. I'm just taking a little bit of that and I'll put it right where I see that pinkness. Now it's going on a little bit thick here, but that's okay. I can move it to exactly where I need it to be. And if there's excess, just flip your brush around and tap. Don't swipe because you don't want to move the product to where you don't need it. Demi is very much color to color. If you go beyond where you need it, you're going to create a halo effect and it's going to look like you didn't fix the problem at all. Okay, next, I'm going back to that 03 because I see, so just the orange, I see this line right here, right there. That's still quite dark blue right there. So I'm going to take that 03 and I'm just going right on that line, but only where it's darkest. And again, tap away the excess. Now do you see the difference between this eye? And sometimes you have to back away. Just look at it as a whole. But the difference between this eye and this eye. So I no longer have that pinkness right here. And while I still have a little bit of darkness right here, I could probably use a different color in here to make that completely go away. It also changes a little bit from day to day with your under eyes. You know, those days when you don't sleep and your under eyes are extra dark. So those colors, you do have to play around with them a little bit to figure out which ones you need on what kind of a day. It'll always be within the same range of colors, like you're going to use 2 to 3 different colors, but some days you might need more of one than another. So huge difference already. Now I'm just going to take a slightly bigger brush. So this brush is, yeah, about the size of my pinky nail. And with this, I'm going back into that Y01. So the one that I used for the pink. And watch this. This is going to make a huge difference in how tired I look just by taking away that extra pink on my eyelid. And this is just with the lightest touch. I'm putting almost no product on here. I'm just filtering out the excess color. So you can see I didn't even put enough on there to hide the veins that are on my eyelid, but look at the difference in redness between the two eyes. Huge difference. Okay, next, sunspots. So that's basically how you do your eyes. You could keep going and find your blue veins that are under your eye. If you really want to take your time to cancel all of those out, you can just go through and find those colors and then use orange over blue and use an orangey yellow over the red spots. But now for sunspots. So for this spot right here, this looks like it's brown, right? But it's actually like a browny green. So what's really interesting is you use a red orange over this because first of all, it's darkness, but so it's automatically, there's some blue in there, but there's also definitely some green in there. So it has to be canceled with red. So anything that looks brown or muddy or greenish like that is going to fall in the area of needing like a red orange or an orange red. But I'm going to start with a red orange. I know that that's what works for my face. And if these were more green, then it would have to be an orange red. Does that make sense? There's a tiny little bit of trial and error and learning to understand the difference between an orange red and a red orange. But you can see here, this is red orange, this is orange, and this is orange yellow right here. So you can see there is a difference in between them, and you just play around a little bit, but I can always help you figure out which color it is you actually need. So I'm just going to start with this R01. So this is a red orange level 1, and I'm going to put a dot of it on this sunspot. Now the tough part with sunspots is getting it just on the spots because they are individual little spots that kind of connect a little bit, right? No, that was the wrong color. Let's try again. Doesn't matter how long you've done this, you'll still make some mistakes. You just have to try again. So R03, so I'm going with the darker one instead. And I think this will work better. There we go. See that first spot in it disappeared. Bear with me while I try to see individual dots within a sunspot in my phone. It's the hardest part of my job. So it's all about trying to be accurate with your placement, and when you get it, you get it. Let's try this one over here. Minimal product. These tins are not very big, but they will last you a long time. I've been using them for, it's been a long time. It's been 1.5 years that I've been using these tins. I haven't made a hole to the bottom of any of them. So there you go. You can see that one disappeared. I don't even know where it is anymore. I can't even point at it to tell you where it is anymore, but the one I just did is completely gone. So let's pick another one. So when you're doing something like sunspots, you want to pick 3. Pick 3 that you're going to tackle, and they'll go away completely. And once you've done those 3, you may not feel that you need to do them all. You might just feel like you've toned it down enough that you're okay with what's left and they're not as distracting anymore. It's a little spot where I missed the mark is creating a white spot. I'm just gonna wipe it all away and I'm gonna try that spot again. Doing the side of your face will make your eyes water. So if it looks white or chalky when you put it on, you either missed it or it's the wrong color. You wipe it away, try again with something else. So there we go. I've made a few of those sunspots completely disappear. I still want to try and get this one a bit better. There. Much better. Okay, so next is just some general redness. So I'm going to start with this area because this one for me is the most annoying. It's the newest thing on my face that I have to deal with. When I wear makeup, it covers just fine. But if I don't want to wear makeup and I'm leaving the house, every now and then you want to take a break for your skin, this is great for just canceling out that excess color so I don't feel like there's a big red bullseye on my forehead that everyone's looking at. Although I'm sure they aren't. But that's how we feel when there's something distracting on our face. We feel like if it's all we can see, then it must be all they can see. And it's a bit of a bigger splotch of an area. So I just use a bigger brush, but still try to stay within those lines, because if I go outside of it, it's going to create a halo effect, and then it creates a whole other problem. There we go. See, it's gone. Just like that. It's magic every time. Okay, exact same color. And again, that was this Y01. So it's a yellow orange color that I'm using to cancel a pink. I can do the same thing with my red nostrils. My persistent allergies mean I'm constantly blowing my nose or have a runny nose. So So it's always a little bit red. This will cancel that. Again, almost no product. And I just think that that is so magical. I can cancel the redness on the front of my nose. Isn't that amazing? Just like that. There are so many things that can be done with Demi. You could correct your entire face. It would take you a long time if you've got a lot going on. But if you just have a few things, it's like a magic eraser. It all just goes away. That's it for today. If you have any questions, please drop them in the comments. I'm happy to answer them. And make sure to follow me on Facebook and Instagram. Have a good day.